Oh, how's it going, everybody? Disney Dan here. Welcome back into the channel and welcome to episode 82. They're starting the pointing already, doing like the ET thing. Elliot. Episode 82 of Disney Fiasco. And today we are talking about what Disney rides we want as movies. And I thought, you know what? The Jungle Cruise movie is about to come out later this year. So let's think of some other rides we would want as movies. So I think that would be quite a fun topic today. And I brought two of my lovely partner channels, of course, onto the stream today. We have the wonderful Rob from RobFuz. What's up, pal? Great to see you.
Hey, Dan. Hey, Walt. What's going on, everyone?
What's going on?
Thanks, Rob. I love your topics, Dan. When you said, Dan sent me the thumbnail, and I'm like, ooh, that's a good topic. So thank you for having me on, as always.
I thought long and hard about this topic, maybe 5 minutes. With deep thought of what kind of topics, but it's so good to have you here, Rob. Thank you so much. You had a great live stream during the week with lots of guys on there. I tried to get there, but being in the UK, it's like 3 a.m. when you go live. So yeah, I do try. My Disney Parks memory. Welcome into the stream. Happy Saturday, Alex Bryan, Captain Akron, Amanda K, T Mary Photography, and Walt from Mouse Talk. What's up, pal? So good to have you. It's a big week for you, pal.
It is a big week for us. It's moving week. But thank you for having me, Dan. I appreciate it. I'm honored to be here with you. And, of course, Rob, good to see you again, buddy.
See you, man.
You guys are fantastic. And I'm just honored that you would ask me on as usual. I'm happy to be here.
My absolute pleasure. And this could be the last time we see you in that background on Fiasco, possibly.
It will be.
I kind of mocked Walt because I love his room and everything. I'm like, good thing he made that room.
True.
But hard work creating an amazing room before moving down to Florida in like a couple of days.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll find something equal.
There'll be a
If you haven't checked out Walt from Mouse Talk, please, guys, go check his channel out, as well as RobFuz, both amazing, wonderful channels, as well as my other partner channels, Meg from Mickey's Magic, who's just landed in Orlando today. So she obviously cannot make the stream, as well as Corey from Corey Fiasco as well.
What's she doing in Orlando?
I have not. I literally only just found out.
Wow, good for her.
We
are 60 away from 2,000, by the way. I'm sorry. I had to say that.
60 away from 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I think there's a marathon this week, so I think she's probably doing
that. Is it?
I don't know. I think Sim's there for a marathon.
Is it the Princess Half Marathon this weekend?
Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, look.
Could be.
That's crazy. That has creeped up fast. I thought they all did it sort of quite far out from each other with the other marathons, but maybe not. Paula Ray Wards is welcome into the stream. Melissa, welcome into the stream. So good to have you here. So I thought it'd be such a great idea to think of Disney rides that we have today that would become sort of, we would dream to have as movies. Now, kind of the criteria we had was if it was originally a movie, pitch it as a prequel or a sequel, but trying to go for like original rides that don't have really a movie. We're going to pitch it. We're going to add like actors that we would want them to be in, that kind of thing. We were going to be like our own sort of directors, screenwriters of our own movies based on Disney rides, which is pretty cool because the Jungle Cruise movie is coming out later this year with Dwayne Johnson. I mean, how can you go wrong? Grace F, welcome into the stream. How are you? What's going on? And we are going to start off with Mr. RobFuz. What is the first thing that came to mind if you had to pitch a movie based around a Walt Disney World ride or Disneyland ride? What would you go for?
I have a feeling we're going to have some duplicates here. So I made a list. I got some honorable mentions and everything. Sorry about that. My first one up, of course, like immediately I went to this one. My first concept was Journey in Imagination with Figment.
Wow.
So the original ride, I always thought that would be an amazing movie. So Figment, Dreamfinder. I don't know. I just think it would be really cool. I think casting as Dreamfinder, I would have Robert Downey Jr. That's who I would have as Dreamfinder. And Figment, I don't know. Who's the hot person now? I don't know.
Come on.
Probably what?
Oh no, I'm talking to my dog.
I'm gonna cast Walt's dog as Figment. So.
Camden the dog is
Camden the dog as Figment. No, I don't know. I just whatever the hottest comedian is, I'd probably
Kevin Smith. No, not Kevin Smith. What's his name? Kevin
Hart.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, I think that's why I kind of thought of Kevin Hart right off the bat because he hasn't really jumped into the forte of animation, has he? I don't think he's ever done a voice, has he? That's
Yeah,
what
he's done quite a few. I think he was in Secret Life of Pets. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which is pretty much just Toy Story, but what can you do?
Right. That's gonna be my first pick. The director is always Tim Burton, so I don't think Walt likes Tim Burton, right? Well, is it?
I don't. It just depends. Like, there's some I do like of him. There are others I don't. Like I like Sleepy. He did Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. I think
Sleepy Hollow is a good film.
He's done like the original Batman, 1989.
Yeah.
I still think that's the movie that got us back into the superhero movies, but
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. I would agree to that.
The premise would just be basically the ride, Figment, they're flying and they would just take it and just go with it, expand with it. It'd just be like I don't know.
Would you do a journey into imagination with Figment with a Monty Python crossover with Eric Idle?
That could be a good point. Although the newer
version,
yeah, I guess they could be it too. Like, you would definitely have a cameo, But would it be a computer live or an animation movie? Is that a stipulation too with these movies?
It's whatever you like, bro.
Unfortunately, I think in 2020 it would be probably like a live action kind of computer generated.
The live actions, which really isn't live action, it's just CGI.
Whenever I think of the ride, I always think of it's always like more campy, more older, more 80s. But I think it would be definitely interesting to bring it to 2020 and just what was it, 50 years later, and just 40 something years later, and just kind of have a fresh take on it. I think it'd just be incredible. So
yeah, absolutely. Let's see who we've got. We've got Alex Brad saying Dreamfinder could be an awesome fantasy adventure movie. That'd be pretty cool. And we've got Noah in the house. What's up, Noah? So good to have you.
Noah in the house.
How are you, brother? Awesome. I had Journey into Imagination on my list as well.
Sorry, I knew we were gonna do
No, but it wasn't. It was on my honorable mention list.
Okay.
So I didn't actually put it on my top 3.
Do you have any? Because we're kind of. I think this might be a good concept. We pitch it, and then we kind of collaborate. Like Walt said, we're on the movie business beforehand. So, what do you guys think? Is it a go? Or is it a green light? Or what would you add to it?
I think it's quite good. I think I could see it definitely more as a live action rather than an animation. With sort of a very wacky, you know what? I could almost see it as, the film Journey Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah.
I can see it kind of.
Is that the one with Jackie Chan?
I think so. Is Jackie Chan?
He's in it, yeah. And I think
he's in there.
It needs to be better than that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can always improve on it. But that's a good concept. They go around the world. There you go.
I like that. What was Journey into Imagination on your list?
It did not make. I have 5 of them. It did not make one of my top 5. But that's a good idea. I like the idea, Rob, a lot, because there's a lot of different ways you could go with that. I mean, you could literally make it where almost like, you guys remember Flatliners, the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Where you go in and you actually go into dreams. And Dreamfinder and Figment could be in there, and you can make a movie out of it that way too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that'd be quite a good idea. Please, guys, make sure you're sharing out the stream. Please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We want to get as many people in here as possible so we can listen to your ideas of what Disney rides you would like to make as movies. Great pick. It was on my honorable mention list. But let's move on to Walt. What have you got, pal?
Okay, so my first one is Dinosaur.
Nice.
And in it, it's going to be called. Go ahead.
But it was a movie, Walt.
No. This is live action.
I'm supposed to say that.
I'll tell you what I mean. The movie's going to be called Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah.
And here's the premise. You have two best friends. One's a paleontologist, if I said that right, and one's a scientist. The scientist creates a time machine. And with that time machine, him and his friend are going to go back to the Jurassic Age, and they're going to like look at dinosaurs and test them and, see what they were like back in those days. Well, unfortunately, the kids of these two best friends stumble upon the time machine and go back inadvertently to the Jurassic Age just at the time of the meteors and the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Nice.
The two best friends have to go back in time and save them before the meteors hit, and all chaos ensues. Now, guess who my two best friends are?
Me and Rob?
Nope. Good picks, though. Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in every movie.
But they are the two best friends. One's the paleo, one's the scientist. They go back. I think Robert Downey be more the scientist. I can see Chris Evans as the paleo. And they got to go back and save their kids before the dinosaurs hit. And you know what? If they save them and come back, maybe they'll have a extra passenger with them when they come back. You never know.
You know what? Your premise sounds so much better than the Jurassic World films.
It does. And it smells many sequels too.
Like, oh my gosh, this sounds great. Like, even just the title, Countdown to Extinction, like that just makes me want to go and see it. It's such a good name of a film.
I agree.
I could just see it.
There it is.
There it is. There's the Carnotaurus.
I'm just getting started. You hear my other ones.
It's such an interesting premise, and definitely sort of almost not Back to the Future, but sort of time travel films are so interesting. And is it a thriller? Is it a comedy? Is it?
It's think along the lines of Indiana Jones. Definitely action adventure with a little comedy thrown in here and there. But it's me. I'm not into the slapstick a lot. Some of it has its place, but for something like this, I think it would definitely be more of an adventure film with some comedy thrown in here and there for sure.
I love it.
Nice.
I don't know. By the way, Walt, you've been exposed in the comments. T. Marie Photography says this is the real reason Walt's moving down to Florida. He's writing scripts for Disney. Come on, admit it, Walt. God, I love that premise. So good.
Great pick. Right.
I love it. Can't wait to hear dance.
The first one on my list is a film that desperately needs to be made because its original film is a travesty to all things holy, and that is The Haunted Mansion.
I knew you were going to say that.
Let me just say it right now. If you like the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion film, that's fine. Like, you can and just...
If you could find someone who actually loves that movie...
No, Rob, there are people who love that movie. No, there are. And it pains me that some people who do actually enjoy that film, but that's if they like it, then that's okay.
God bless them.
This is my pick.
God bless them.
This is my pick, right? We're looking at a dark, not scary, dark sort of themed film with a little bit of witty, because that's what The Haunted Mansion is all about. And you have Master Gracie, played by the one and only Tom Hanks, and Madame Leota, played by Meryl Streep. Okay? And the idea of the Haunted Mansion coming to life, where you have a young man, played by Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, who comes to the mansion, explores the mansion, and the whole premise is he's trying to sort of escape, like an escape room kind of film. And he's trying to escape and not to become one of the... Basically, you don't want to become the 1,000th happy haunts. You know, there's 999 happy haunts, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? That's like... Any volunteers is like my tagline. And it's not a horror film. It's just like suspenseful, but kind of witty. And Tom Holland has to sort of find out about Master Gracie and Meryl Streep's character as Madame Leota, and just sort of get with it and try and work this whole thing out. There's cameos from the Hitchhiking Ghosts, which will be played by trying to think who could be the hitchhiking ghosts. We'll have, why not, Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, and Chris Evans. Why not? And you got the bride, who throws people out of windows. That could be played by Keira Knightley because she's gorgeous. But yeah, that's my pick. We want a proper, good, haunted mansion movie. That's my pick.
Great pick. Made my list. I had one too. I had a premise for mine.
Okay, so should we do that then, and then you can have an honorable mention or something after.
What about? I see. I thought you would go a little darker, like more like the Phantom Manor. Like
that's what mine is, Rob.
Yeah. Okay, so why Phantom Manor?
Mine's a mystery.
Oh,
I've never been on Phantom Manor.
What the premise is that first off, Master Gracie is Anthony Hopkins.
Nice. That's a
okay.
good pick.
Madame Leota is Helena Bonham Carter. And the whole premise is that you have this house that every time people try to go in there or try to rent it, they disappear. And everybody's under the assumption that the owner of it, which is Master Gracie, is eliminating these people. And we ultimately find out that someone is eliminating these people because they need to get to 1,000 happy haunts.
I love it.
But who's doing the eliminating of the people? It's the ghost host. And the only way for the ghost host to be free of the house is to get to 1,000. And then
I see.
Anybody could be that, could be the main star. They're coming in to be the 1,000th, but they finally find out who the murderer really is. It's not Master Gracie, it's the ghost host, and now they need to escape before they get to 1,000.
I love the fact that the ghost host is the villain.
Mm-hmm.
That is fantastic. That is amazing. Walt, when do you start your job with Disney writing? Like, geez, you just smashed mine out of the water.
So good. I told Dan that before the stream. Like, I was excited to see Dan, but I was excited to see Walt. I never get to talk to him and see him as much. That was awesome, Walt.
Amanda Cases sounds like it'll be a horror film if they are eliminating the people.
Well, you won't actually see them eliminating them. You just know that when they go in, they never come back out.
Yeah, exactly. A
lot
lot like
the imagination.
Yeah, a lot like Halloween or Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Well, they're a little bit more gory.
Oh gosh, right. We are back into round number 2. Rob, where are we going? What are we going to different parts?
I have a list of 15 probably movies.
15.
Yeah, but and literally I just changed mine, and I'm kind of doing it by the seat of my pants, fly, whatever the expression is. So I'm going to go with
my pants.
There it is. I'm going to go with the thumbnail. I'm going to go with Expedition Everest.
Took mine off my list.
Sorry. I didn't have it on the list because I figured
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You've inspired me, guys. You inspired me. You inspire and inspire me. It's been a long weekend. Sorry, but let's work on this one together. How's that?
Yeah, let's do that. So what's your pitch?
Let's build it. So, I would say, I would probably have. You're gonna laugh at me. Who's the Lost director?
Jj Abrams.
Jj Abrams would be the director. I couldn't think of it. He's only Star Wars, everything. But Jj Abrams director. I was thinking of going with, we're gonna go top build stars. Will Smith and I think Dwayne Johnson. I think those two together. I don't think they've ever been in a movie together. Were they?
No, I don't think they have.
I think that'd be cool. And then maybe like I pulled up the biggest actors in Hollywood here. And I think Brad Pitt's hot, so we're going to put Brad Pitt in there too. Those 3 guys, they're going for it. They're going to go, and they're going to look for, well, I could make it timely. On top of the mountain is the cure of the coronavirus. And they have to climb the mountain to get the cure for the coronavirus. Maybe is it too soon, guys? Sorry.
No.
Anyway, so the coronavirus is up there, but of course,
maybe this will go viral.
Who's in the way? It is the disco Yeti. The Yeti is in the way, and it just I don't know. Let's build on this, guys. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, Everest was one of mine. I had a concept for that one too. So that was one of mine.
Let's put them together. Come on, I knew you guys.
So wait, hold on. Walt, was it on your list as well?
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry,
right. So Walt, what can you add to?
Well, with mine, we had two adventurers. They were brother and sister, and they found out that their mom and dad, who are also adventurers, have gotten lost in the mountains.
Wait. This sounds like your last movie. What's going on here?
No. They got lost. So they're going to go. The brother and the sister are finding out that it seems as if the Yeti has claimed 2 more victims. But it's actually the mom and dad did not get. They got away from them, but they're hiding out. So they got to go try to find them and hopefully save them if they can live to tell the story of getting by the Yeti. I got Ryan Reynolds and Jennifer Lawrence as the brother and sister.
I like that.
Mom and dad are Jeff Bridges and Susan Sarandon.
I like that.
I like that.
That's so
Like
good.
that. Mine was a little different because I went very campy on it. I went very sort of. So I took the whole disco Yeti thing to the extreme. So my director would be Taika Waititi, director
he's
Thor
awesome.
Ragnarok and Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Margot Robbie. And the aim of the game is to get to the top of Everest, where at the top, guarded by the Yeti, is the Yeti Lounge Club, which is owned by the Yeti. And their goal is to save, who's the biggest disco band of all time? The Bee Gees.
Whoa, okay.
So the whole premise is that Jake Gyllenhaal and Margot Robbie have got to get to this club.
By the way.
Get to this club to save the Bee Gees from the Disco Yeti. Because they love the staying alive.
Yeah.
Stay
I'm not
alive.
green lighting that one. No thanks.
Because they're trying to stay alive
They're
at the top of this
staying alive,
mountain.
How about we turn it around though, guys? How about the Yeti is in despair because he's injured. He's the Disco Yeti, and they go in to save him so he's like crippled, but they're gonna bring him back, and he's a good guy. How's that? Like he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. I don't know.
All I can really think of from that, Rob, is the scene in Monsters Inc. where he goes, "Welcome to the Himalayas."
There you go.
As long as it's John Ratzenberger who says it, that's fine.
Grace F goes, Dan, is it Club 21? It's negative 21 degrees.
I like Club 21.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Club negative 21.
Club negative 21.
A lot of good
Oh,
in the chat.
gosh. No, it's a great pit. Like, there's so much. I think what's cool about Expedition Everest is that there's so much really to it. You can think of an Indiana Jones style film. It's definitely very much an adventure film where they got to climb Everest. And you can almost take that film, Everest, and then just make it just Disney-fy it with the Yeti. I think it is quite an interesting sort of premise. They can use like the artifacts as well and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it's a great sort of, it's an obvious pick, I think. And it was on your list, Walt. Where was it? Was it on your honorable mention or was it in your
all on my list?
It's
So
all
far,
on
it's
your
everything
list.
on my list.
Yeah, it was my number 3 on my list. Right, Walt. What is
No.
What is no?
Am I next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm so ready.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Nice. Wasn't on my
It's
list.
on my list.
2 brothers own a railroad company.
Hold on.
They want to
Wait,
build
hold on.
a
I
new
gotta say
railroad.
Wait, Rob's gonna.
2 brothers own a railroad company. They want to build a railroad to reach this one lost, forgotten town to get them supplies, medicines, things like that. But they need to build it direct, so they have to go through Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or Big Thunder Mountain, this giant mountain. The problem is what's inside the mountain is danger and adventure never seen before. The big question is, will the train make it to the other side? Tom Hanks, Tim Allen are the brothers.
Back again.
Nice.
Okay.
Kind of like Toy Story style of Toy Story 3.
Well, that's what I want. I want people that we've seen put together in roles, but in different roles. Like, remember, they were going to do Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Originally, were going to do the Jungle Cruise.
You do the Jungle Cruise.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And then they went this god awful way with The Rock and Emily. Blunt.
Whoa! I won't have that.
I'm sorry, man. It doesn't look good.
Dwayne Johnson is just God. He is just
Man,
He's
if
The
he's
Rock,
your
Tom.
god,
He's
I
the
feel bad
Rock.
for you.
He's the Rock. Like the Rock is.
Yeah, but you know what happens to rocks when you throw them in the water? They sink.
Yeah, but he's a big rock.
Big rocks just sink faster.
Oh,
That's my premise. That's what we're doing. It's going to be like in another adventure movie, and inside there, it's like think Journey to the Center of the Earth, kind of all kinds of fantastical things inside, and things that they got to get through, and they may not make it.
I think Big Thunder is definitely an attraction that you would think would have had a movie, because it is such a it's a classic Disney roller coaster. It's you kind of like it's the original Runaway kind of train roller coaster, and I think what they've done with Imagineering and making that kind of more interactive, giving it sort of a backstory, has been really great. And I do like the premise that there's two brothers and trying to see if they get to the end on this train. It's like Speed with Keanu Reeves on the bus.
Yeah. There's all kinds of different ways you could go with it. I just like the idea of something inside the mountain that might be dangerous and things like that. That it's kind of a mystery mountain that you don't know what's inside, and it could be something that isn't a good thing.
Yeah, I like that. Rob, was it on your list?
It's on my honorable mention list. Yeah, definitely. I'll be honest with you. Like the other day I was watching, a couple things. I think this projection technology is incredible. And when I saw that, I sneak peeked, watched the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, the projection in there and just projection technology. And I was watching the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian. And I think with this new technology, what they do with The Mandalorian and everything, I think any of these movies would be amazing premises that would not even necessarily go to theaters. They would go to Disney Plus per se. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of these movies they're going to happen. I think they really are. I think I cannot see any of these movies happening.
I think you're right, Rob. The only thing with me is, and anybody that knows me and has paid attention to me, which probably isn't that many, but the cinematography, the visual effects are fine. Okay, and they can wow us, but you got to tell a good story. The story is what drives everything.
I agree.
Some of the greatest movies of all time it's the story that brings us back and what makes us remember it. The Godfather had no special effects, period, and it's one of the best movies of all time because of the story. So,
what's up, Ed? Fire Project in the house.
Perfectly. I think that's the key element. If they could find a good story with this technology.
Yeah, then it makes for something along the lines of like The Lord of the Rings. That's epic.
Yeah.
I loved all these. I would love to see all these movies.
Dan's young. He likes.
You're going to be really. You are going to be shocked about my next pick. I'm telling you right now.
Never shocked with you, Dan.
He shocks me sometimes.
Mine. I'm even going to cheat. My next one is not even a ride.
Jeez. The teacups.
I chose. You gotta go with me on this one. Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card game.
I'll go with you to the cliff, but once you jump off, I'm not following.
Well, you're right.
I chose Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom because this will be imagine this, right? This is a movie, okay? It is going to be the first big Disney kind of war crossover between good and evil. And this will be the first ever movie set inside a Disneyland, like as it's meant to be. Because obviously it was in Saving Mr. Banks very, very briefly, but that doesn't count because it's my movie. But this is the first time the characters are going to come to life and go round the Magic Kingdom facing off against all these villains, and they go ride the rides, and the characters from the rides come out of their movements and join other characters to take on the villains in the Magic Kingdom. And then they all have
what's the end goal?
To defeat who's the guy from who's the main villain from Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom? Is it Hades? I think it's Hades.
I don't know. I haven't played.
Yeah. So Hades is taking over the Magic Kingdom and all the villains,
Gotcha.
and it's like a villain takeover, and you have to kind of collect all the cards to like build up your team. And then it's going to be like, imagine this, right? So you've got all the villains on the stage of the castle, right? And then what you have is a broken, disheveled Hercules, right, at the train station. He's like, he says, I could do this all day. And then coming out of all angles from the train station are all these characters in the music from the Avengers Endgame movie, the Portals part. And then what they do is the villains from the castle and all the heroes from the train station run at each other at a war.
Oh, you're taking that from Batman. I mean, from Batman.
K Atlas says,
let me ask you this. That's a good premise. Are we talking live action?
Oh, we're talking live action CGI mayhem.
Nice.
K Atlas says that sounds like the Kingdom Keepers. It is inspired by the Kingdom Keepers book series. I would have it directed by the Russo brothers, because obviously there's no other directors that can have like so many characters on one screen. And then just for giggles, I'd like to see Giant Man, like Ant-Man, but giant in it, just for the laugh, and Fat Thor. So yeah, and then it's like Hades is Thanos, Hercules is Captain America, and they run at each other down Main Street with the Portals Avengers theme song. Bam, done, easy peasy.
That's awesome. I like it. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, Jim from More Sunshine Please
like
is in the house. He's brought that sunshine. Welcome in, pal. But yeah, that's why I chose Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Even though it's not technically a ride, I do have the time of my life when I do that thing.
It's your show.
Yeah. It's my rules.
It's your show.
It's my rules.
It's your show. Your rules.
It's for Jim.
So that's why I chose Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom as my
it.
2.
I literally wrote down Disney World, the movie. That's all I wrote
Disney
down.
World, the movie.
So, I don't know what the heck to do with it, but that would be a great premise in there.
Though, actually, fun fact, there was a Disney World movie. Can you tell me who the main characters were in the Disney World movie? The Muppets. It was a small film called The Muppets Take Over Walt Disney World. It was when they started introducing the Muppets at Disney's Hollywood Studios for Muppet Vision. They actually made a movie where Kermit has to stay in the swamp, then he loses all of his friends, and then they have to find them throughout the parks. Yeah. And oh no, it was like a VHS thing. And Statler and Waldorf were riding the bus all around World Showcase. You had like Ralph going through like the garbage chutes underneath Magic Kingdom. It was a wild time. You could probably find it on YouTube or somewhere.
Sure you can.
Huh, never heard of it. I'll have to look it up.
I kind of remember it, but
yeah, it was great.
No recollection of it.
Let me know in the chat if anybody has seen the Muppets Take Over Walt Disney World film. So Rob,
okay,
third pick apart from Walt Disney World the movie.
Okay. To be fair, I've never been on this ride, so I really want to go on this ride one day.
Horizons.
The problem is, well, yeah, here we go. I didn't even think of that one. Horizon's the ride. There we go. It's Horizon's the ride. Now I'm looking.
Horizon's the ride was already a thing.
The movie, I mean, Horizon's the movie. Sorry, but no. Sadly, Horizons did not make my list, but that would be an interesting one too. No, I haven't been on this ride, but if you guys know me at all, I do love the trackless ride system. And I believe this ride's in Hong Kong. It's called Mystic Manor. I don't know if you guys ever saw it on YouTube or anything. It just looks phenomenal. So it's about a guy who has like a collection of unique things or something, and it's like their haunted mansion kind of. And there's a monkey.
The monkey.
The monkey, yeah.
Fantastic.
And I would think I would have John Favreau direct it, like one of these cool, computer animated movies and stuff like that. I guess we're gonna throw.
Wait.
No,
Wait. I was literally listening to a podcast about this literally today. Lord Henry Mystic is the guy who's head of Mystic Manor, who was part of the legendary SEA, which is the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, who do a lot of who are like lots of characters around like all the different theme parks around the world. So, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry,
cool. I'm trying to think about. No, it's cool. I don't really know much about it and everything, but I've seen it. The ride looks phenomenal. I'm dying to go on this ride. But
I agree, Rob. That ride's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
wish they would bring it here.
So good.
I think they would at one time.
I think though, but it's kind of meant to be their haunted mansion,
right?
And I think it's kind of like every single park will have some sort of a haunted mansion.
Does Shanghai have a haunted mansion?
Shanghai,
I don't think they do.
Doesn't have a mansion, actually. I don't think they do, because Disneyland have the white haunted mansion. We have kind of like the sort of orangey kind of mansion. Disneyland Paris have Phantom Manor. Hong Kong have Mystic Manor.
Right.
And then Tokyo and Shanghai don't have a manor or a mansion. So, it's kind of surprising, but I have seen the ride footage of Mystic Manor, and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
like, it looks so good.
I think that's the guy to do it, Jon Favreau. I was trying to sit here. I'm looking through my actor list. I was thinking maybe Morgan Freeman as the main character, the collector. Or I was even thinking, I think he's definitely got to be an older looking gentleman.
Here we go. Mickey Citis just said, "Sorry, Walt, I've had to bump you out a little." Mickey Citis says, "Found this online. The Muppets at Walt Disney World, a television special that specially aired on May 6, 1990. The last special that Henson would work on before he died 10 days later."
Wow.
Yeah. It is such a good television special. I would highly, highly recommend it.
Definitely check it out. So who would play the monkey though? Who would talk to?
Michael Jackson's monkey.
The monkey in the movie.
Dead.
The monkey from George the monkey.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Well, what was that guy you said before he was in Jojo Rabbit? What's the guy?
Taika Waititi.
I like that guy so much. I think he would play the monkey. That's what I was thinking about. By the way, did you see his newest project he's doing for Netflix? He's doing an animated series on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. One of that, and then the Oompa Loompas are going to do their own thing too. So
really, another one.
I think that'd be interesting. I don't know. It's series though.
Great.
Okay.
I have some faith that it's Taika Waititi, but do we need another Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? The one with Johnny Depp was bad enough.
I'll tell you what, my 9-year-old son, he's sitting over here. He just read the book, so I think like it would appeal to him. You know, the book still.
Just watch the original movie.
True.
Just watch the original movie.
Well, if you want something good, the original's fantastic.
The original's great. That's my third pick. So I don't know.
Nice,
Rob. I like that.
I like it a lot.
Manor type movie would be awesome.
I like that.
I think it appealed to the world because I don't think many people, outside of Hong Kong or a small handful of people will see it. But I don't know.
When you said Hong Kong trackless ride, I thought you were going with Winnie the Pooh's Honey Pot, and I'm just like,
well, that's in Tokyo Disneyland. So yeah,
is it in Tokyo?
That's in Tokyo. Yeah, that's because I went on that, so I love that ride. So.
I wish I can go on that ride.
Yeah. I'm just excited that Disney World will have 3 trackless rides by summer.
So we'll have Ratatouille,
right?
We'll have Rise of the Resistance,
right?
And
Mickey and Minnie's trackless.
Runaway Railway.
It is trackless, isn't it?
It is.
It's a spoiler alert.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was trackless.
Yeah, just looks amazing. So
interesting.
I'm excited. Walt's going to get to go on it next week. Okay, Walt. Real quick, you're moving. How many days until you get to Disney World? The next day?
No, first day.
First day, you're going to go right to Disney World?
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
We'll get there.
You'll love that. That's awesome.
We'll get over there.
Can I just say, like, Walter's
Look,
even
report to his
rubbing it
channel.
in right now with his Skyliner t-shirt.
Oh, that Skyliner shirt's amazing.
Because I can't. I haven't even written the Skyliner yet.
Hold on, Skyliner the movie. Guess not.
Oh, it's got to be like a disaster movie.
Full-on disaster movie. Yeah.
Think skyscraper.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. What's going on, pal? Avery,
up,
the
Mike?
Cuban American. What's up? Good to see you guys. That would be so good though. I got to ride Runaway Railway
cool.
today. Lots of fun. Jim, I am so jealous, dude. I am so jealous.
Congrats, Jim.
I do have a gripe with it, believe it or not. So.
I really need to get back to Florida.
But I think it looks awesome. Though. I can't wait. I'll be honest with you. Rise of Resistance, 100%. I can't wait to go on it. But that, like the combination of those two rides in that park now, I really want to go.
Can I just say, like, Hollywood Studios is now the best park.
It is cool.
It's so good. But wait, just hold on. Next year, I got one word for you. Epcot. I'm telling you. I am telling you, Epcot is gonna be.
When does
Guardians
open?
Is it later this year or into next year?
I think it's next year.
Next year.
Guardians is not going to put Epcot over the top. It's going to be a great addition, but there's not enough. There's not enough there.
I want a Spaceship Earth roller coaster.
That would be neat.
That's what I want.
I think that would be neat. That'd be awesome.
How cool would that be?
I hope they put. Go ahead, Walt.
No, please, Rob. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it's the new Spaceship Earth. I hope they put the cool projection stuff in like they have for.
I think it has its place. I don't want it all to be projections. The animatronics are what make the ride so cool.
Yeah,
so let's not project everything. You know, we have projections everywhere, and that's great. They have their place, but it doesn't have to take over the whole ride. But that's an old.
I hope it's not predominant. I hope it's an enhancement to it. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
I think as we're talking about it, I'll mention that it is actually my next pick.
Oh, that's a good.
It made my honorable mention.
It made your honorable. Well, this was my third pick.
How sad is that?
And I'll tell you why. Well, we'll come back to yours in just a sec.
No, please.
I think this would be such an interesting pick. Because if you want to talk about a time travel movie, if you want to talk about a movie that could be almost bigger than Back to the Future, I reckon something like Spaceship Earth would be.
That's saying a lot.
I think it would be such a great film, and the whole sort of premise is you're going from literally the cavemen right through to the future. And it's not so much like they have to go and do something or they have to go somewhere. It's almost like they have to put pieces and puzzles together to sort of get to the next stage.
We already had that movie. It's 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, but that's like 50 years ago. Like, we need a modern interpretation.
I'm just kidding.
And there's one actor, and it's that I can think of who I think would be perfect in this film, where it shows sort of the evolution, because this whole movie is about evolution of life, and I chose Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Oh,
I think he would be such a great leading actor in a film like that, because if you think about what space, I think the obvious thing in the room is that, he's one of the greatest sort of actors who has dwarfism. And Spaceship Earth is a big attraction, right? It's a big sort of idea and a big sort of, and just to see sort of how something so small can sort of interact with something so big and make it work, it would be quite an interesting premise, I think. And just the way Peter Dinklage's character could go from the start of creation all the way to the future, and it could have sort of some serious themes, go through things like World War I and World War II. You can go through sort of like the 50s, the 60s. You could talk about maybe the Renaissance with Michelangelo, and just do all these amazing things that go into the future, and all of us pretty much becoming zombies because of coronavirus. You never know, but I think it would be such
Bill and Ted's.
I think it would be
Earth.
Bill and Ted's Spaceship Earth. But I think it'd be such a cool idea. I think it really would. So I chose Spaceship Earth, lead actor by Peter Dinklage, and I chose director Ridley Scott
Oh, good idea.
from Alien and Gladiator, not from Mortal Engines and all the other rubbish. Yeah.
Not.
Right. Waltz, because I jumped to you. I want to hit because you are killing these. I want you to be our last big one.
The right guy for this
honorable
topic.
mentions.
This is definitely my last one. Space Mountain.
Nice.
So the premise is
Wait, hold on. Well, I gotta get in position. Okay, go. I've envisioned it when you say.
so you have a young family that moves to the Midwest in search of a treasure that their grandfather left them a map to. Now the family is going to be Idris Elba and Halle Berry. The grandfather is Morgan Freeman.
Who is the first person?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba.
I don't know the actor.
Heimdall from Thor.
Heimdall, British actor.
Okay.
Fast and the Furious. He plays bad guy. You'd know him when you saw him.
Okay. Yep.
But the grandfather's Morgan Freeman, and they're going out west to this mountain where the Morgan Freeman has hidden the treasure, supposedly. And it's called Space Mountain because it's out in the middle of nowhere, and the only thing you see other than the mountain is space, up above you, the clouds or the sky. And along the way, they're going to encounter danger, friends, adventure, and an unbelievable treasure unlike any seen in history. The problem is the best friend of Morgan Freeman, the grandfather, also knows about the treasure, and he's the bad guy, and he's trying to get there first. And the bad guy is played by Al Pacino.
Nice.
So the family has to fight Pacino and his Goonies to try to get to the treasure first to claim it.
And who's director?
Think National Treasure along those lines.
The director, though, who's asking.
Who would be the
I'm
director?
going to go, if I have to go with a director, I'm going to go with probably...
Scorsese.
No, actually, no. I wasn't thinking him. I was thinking James Cameron.
Tarantino. Oh, okay. James Cameron.
Yep.
I'm surprised no one said leading actor would be Nicolas Cage in any of their movies.
I want a good actor.
He's too busy.
I want a good actor. Hey, Nicolas Cage. There is only one amazing, top tier, godlike actor, and that is Nicolas Cage. And I put Arnold in there as well.
Dan, you're giving me a headache.
As much as I love Walt's premises, I love his pitch and he's selling it to us. I would, if I had a lot of money, I'd fund all three of those movies. Well, 100%. 100%.
I think
Dan, not so much. Mine, definitely not. So
mine are terrible.
No, they're not. They're all great.
Who wants to see an Avengers Disney Magic Kingdom ripoff?
I do.
I love that pit though. Space Mountain wasn't on my list, but I think it's such a clever idea. And even if you take sort of what the story is at Magic Kingdom, where it's actually a spaceport and you're traveling all throughout the galaxy and that kind of thing, there's so many different ideas. And your idea with, I think Idris Elba and Halle Berry are such a great combination. I can see that working really, really well. We need a movie of RobFuz, says Ed from Viapree.
There you go.
RobFuz movie.
And
it can be an adventure movie, Rob. You traveling all around the world.
We can call it Fuzz. Nice. Like Hobbs and Shaw from last year. We could call it Fuzz Jovi.
Fuzz and Jovi.
Fuzz and Jovi.
No, it could be called Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. There you go. Insert joke here. That'd be awesome.
Oh gosh! Well, what great picks!
I'm already visiting me being a celebrity.
So, what was Space Mountain on your list?
It was not. That was a good pick.
No,
that was a good pick, Walt.
No.
Should I go over my honorable mention list?
Okay, so let's go back through our picks and then your honorable mentions.
Okay.
So, Rob, if you want to go first, yeah.
Journey in Imagination, Figment and Dreamfinder, Expedition Everest, and Mystic Manor. That was the three I picked from my big list here. So
Nice.
That'd be kinda
Ed
cool.
says, who would play RobFuz?
Ooh.
I'll
Let's
go
see
with
in the
someone like
chat.
Seth Rogen.
It's a good pick. What's the other guy from what's his name? He was in Superbad. What's his name? That other guy.
Jonah Hill?
Jonah.
Old Jonah Hill, not the new, better looking Jonah Hill. Too funny.
Or
I love Walt's reaction. Jonah Hill. Thanks, Walt.
You're better than that, Rob.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
or Olaf.
What's
his
I'd
name?
say
What's
The
his
Rock
name?
would be good for me.
Oh, you're talking about Olaf. Who plays Olaf?
Oh yeah, that would be good.
What's his name?
Isn't that terrible?
Gosh.
Josh
Right.
Gad. I didn't even look it up.
Josh Gad.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it'll be a good pick. Yeah.
Some Disney fans we know, we can't even remember who
couldn't think of
voices
his name.
Olaf.
I don't like Frozen.
So
who
what? You
I
don't
know.
like
I'm in the minority. I just don't.
And we even went to the Frozen sing-along together.
I know. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Rob, so what were your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions were I know this was a movie, but I thought it was one of those. It's a long part of the Haunted Mansion movie, The Twilight Zone. So I'd like from the ride. I think that would be a good movie. Who is in that? What's his name? The guy from who's in? Do you guys ever see that movie?
I haven't seen the movie.
The original one. Steven Guttenberg was in it, so he was the star.
Oh, Steve Gutenberg.
Gutenberg,
yeah.
Rob, can I ask a very quick question?
Yes.
How old do you think I am?
Oh, that doesn't mean anything.
I don't even know who
I saw The
he is.
Wizard of Oz, and I wasn't around when The Wizard of Oz came out.
True. So that I thought that would be kind of cool. Like I don't know that original movie stinks. I'll redo that. I was thinking maybe expand on. I guess Mickey's PhilharMagic, but I guess they show the premise of it. But maybe taking that, maybe a different kind of adventure. You know, a remake, a prequel, whatever you want to call it, or a sequel to it. I think that'd be kind of cool. I love that the way they mix all the different characters together. And modernize it too, because it doesn't have a lot of the modern characters in it.
Nice.
Phantasmic, the movie too. I think that would be interesting. Let's expand on that, show that.
It could be like a Mickey Mouse Inception movie. It'd be a dream within a dream. Oh, that'd be sick. Sorry.
That'd be kind of cool. I had Carousel of Progress on it over the years. You can see something like that.
Carousel of Progress.
I think that'd be interesting. I had Dinosaur on the list, like you said. Haunted Mansion, Phantom Manor on the list. I have Splash Mountain on the list. I know it was a movie, but obviously we'll never see that movie. And maybe just
I'm making that petition to get what is Song of the South back in release. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have Tomorrowland on the list too. I know that was a movie, but I'd actually like Tomorrowland the movie, but I would just try to see something different would do something different with it. Tiki Room, Enchanted Tiki Room. I thought that would be interesting, seeing the birds and everything.
That could be fun.
And I had Dinosaur on the list too, that Walt had. So
nice.
But
very nice.
That's my Disney World, the movie, starring RobFuz, Josh Gad.
Fuzz Jovi.
Too funny. That's my list.
Nice
Such
pick.
a great topic.
Nice. Maybe we'll have to do another round at some point. Walt, what have you got, pal?
Well, I had Space Mountain. I had Countdown to Extinction. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and I also kind of mentioned Haunted Mansion and Everest as well. Those were kind of mine.
Nice. Very, very nice. Good
Awesome.
picks. And I love all the pitches that you made as well. Definitely sort of outshone all of us. Sherry from Awesome Sunset Travels, welcome into the stream.
Hey,
So my number one was Haunted Mansion, starring Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep and Tom Holland. My number two was Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, aka Disney Avengers Endgame hybrid parody movie. My number three was Spaceship Earth, starring Peter Dinklage. And then my honorable mentions were Expedition Everest, which we talked about, Journey into Imagination, which we talked about, Dinosaur, which we talked about. I chose Main Street USA, because that would be kind of cool. I think that would be kind of interesting. I chose the People Mover.
That's part of my Tomorrowland movie. Yes.
Oh no, mine's just the People Mover, and maybe we'll have to do a whole show on why I think the People Mover would be a great movie. I chose Dole Whip.
Dole Whip, the movie starring RobFuz, Josh Gad.
Oh, yeah.
Dole Whip, the movie.
Mobile online ordering.
Sponsored by Dole. I chose Test Track.
So bad, by the way.
Test Track, Kilimanjaro Safari, and this is going to be like a fourth dimension movie, The Great Movie Ride. I think The Great Movie Ride would be such a cool movie because you'll be watching a movie within loads of other movies, and it's like kind of they're jumping in between movies. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Something like Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Right?
With
jump in and out of... Yeah, a kid could accidentally be thrown into the movies and has to jump back through different movies to get back home.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of a movie. Have you seen Over the Top?
Yes, that's so terrible.
The arm wrestling movie?
Yeah,
Yes. Sylvester Stallone.
That's awesome.
Oh gosh, I
see
need
the
to
chat. Human person says, "Did anyone pick Monorail in the movie? You know, in 4D experience. That's cool.
That'd be so good.
Like that. Monorail has one track. Monorail,
And the tagline could be, "Please stand clear of the deadly doors." Por favor,
Dan. One thing I thought of too. There is
really, wrap up, Steve.
There really is no good. Woo, Viper Project. Super chat.
Oh, you are too kind. Thank you. Well, here we go. Viper Project. Ed and Mindy, thank you so much for the $20 and the first time tonight. Super chat. Great show as always. Much love, Ed and Mindy. Guys, you are the best. I mean, this YouTube channel would not be what it is without you guys, and I'm so excited for sessions. And
can't wait to your session.
I'm speechless. That's
Ed and Mindy don't eat pickles during your sessions, I'm gonna be.
Oh wait, no. don't tell anybody. Wink, wink, hush, hush. I've got plans. Trust me, I've got plans. But I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for a wonderful, wonderful stream. In a precisely 2 minutes time, Walt, this guy, will be going live for Sports Night, talking all things baseball, which I have no idea. I've joined a baseball fantasy league, and I have no idea what I'm doing. But whatever. Talk about baseball and Disney. That's going to be literally in about 2 minutes time. So please head over to Walt from Mouse Talk channel, friend, and new and brand new Floridian.
Yes.
Well, soon to be brand new Floridian. Also, go check out RobFuz as well. One more thing, you say? One more thing.
I just wanted to say, one thing overlooked. I was saying it before you got the super chat. A Walt Disney biopic. I think that would be incredible. Even about developing.
Can we please have Tom Hanks? Can we please have Tom Hanks back as
great,
Walt Disney? He was so good at Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
He was so good.
That.
No. That is... that's good. But please, guys, go check out Rob from RobFuz. Frankie Fridays, Pub Talks, which we will definitely be doing soon. More live streams, Goofy Candy Company.
Frankie got this for me from Disney. Spoiler alert right there.
I could eat all of that right now. So go check out Rob's channel. Go check Walt's channel out, Mouse Talk. Lots of awesome, great videos as well. Go check out Meg from Mickey's Magic, as well as Corey from Corey Fiasco. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. I know it's been a crazy day of live streamers. Lots of people live today, but thank you so much for taking the time out of your Saturday evening to come join me on a wonderful, wonderful show that I've been doing now for 82 episodes. So we will be getting there, nearly 100 episodes. And I hope you guys have a really wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week. And I'll see you all real soon, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Go to the panel right now. Bye.
People go to this guy's channel.